Finance Committee for the City of Hudson for Tuesday, September 2nd to order. First item on the agenda is discussion and minutes and possible action on the minutes from the past meetings. Everyone had a chance to review.
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Discussion and possible action on claims for September 2nd. We have claims in the amount of $339,225.33. I'll move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion.
I do have couple quick questions.
Yes, sir.
Because I know we want to get moving around here. There's a charge on there for a Gersten company for $12,000.
Right.
What is that?
Tom Zulli can probably explain that better, but that was for the demolition of the shed at the west garage.
Okay.
Apparently, the insurance company contracted for it and sent us the bill. So it did not go through any of our normal purchasing procedures.
That'll be reimbursed, won't it?
That'll be reimbursed.
It was all, and then actually the claim that was submitted pays for the money that was bid out for the pole shed, $48,000.
Yeah.
The $12,000 is actually for the removal of the roof from some of our vehicles. And I think there's 3 weed whips. I think there was a windshield on one of our pickups and things like that. So that check that we got from the insurance company was the $12,000 for the demolition and cleanup and for some of the damages that were done to the equipment for the pole shed, installation of the new pole shed.
Okay, this question might be yours too. St. Croix County for mow row for $1,168. What is that?
We have some roadways that 3rd Street Hill, 6th Street Hill,
Oh.
7th Street Hill, that it's just more cost effective to use St. Croix County to mow than run our weed whips up. They have a mower with a long arm on it, and actually they can do the weeds, small trees, and it's just more efficient for,
Okay.
you know.
Thanks, Tom. And then one last one, TriTech software for $3,200 for Visionaire support. I mean,
Visionaire support. The Visionaire is what the police department uses to pull the data from the Department of Justice and the state. The system is being upgraded in all of the cars and in all of the computers in the squad rooms.
okay.
So
And the reason I point these, that's $16,000 that just kind of shows up in the,
Yep.
so, thank you.
okay.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Is it all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Application for discuss possible action on operator's license. Approval for September 2nd. Recommendation contingent payment of outstanding debt owed to the city and approval of police department. Approve and issuance of 5 regular operator's license for the period of September 3rd, 2014 to June 30th, 2016 to Brittany Anderson, Thomas Hafner, Elliot Lambert T., Danielle Norton, and Kevin Procholtz. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And to approve an issuance of 2 temporary operators license to be used for the Christian Community Campus Foundation Wine Fest to Rochelle DeStazio and Dan Goiter. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was a temporary, I believe.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. We've already done number 5. Number 6.
That's for the beer license.
Oh, that's for the license, excuse me. Number 5, discussion possible action on temporary Class B beer and wine license for Christian Community Home Campus Foundation for an event on October 17th.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there anyone here that would like to talk about that? Yes, if you want to come up to the front here and, that's what I figured.
It's been a while.
Yes,
Yes, yes, we have our annual wine fest. We're adding a little twist for having a beer pairing as well. All of the proceeds that we gain from to the foundation help us enrich the lives of the seniors there at our campus. So it will be on the 17th, that Friday night, and starting at 5:30 until about 8:30.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have a discussion, possible action on temporary Class B beer and Class B wine license for St. Patrick's for an event. It says April 11th, 2015.
Yes.
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there anyone here that wants to talk about that one?
Unless you have questions.
No, we don't. This is the same one you've had this is for the school, or no?
Yes, and we're moving it back to Hudson. It had been in River Falls. As children aren't moving, we're moving it back.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Description, possible action on a request for a temporary premise for La Doce Vita LLC, 522nd Street. Go ahead, Nancy.
Well, Urban Olive and Vine is asking for a temporary amendment to their alcohol premises description to include the parking lot area in the back. And it's just on specific dates, the September 19th to 21st and 26th to 28th. And I've sent it around to the building inspector, the fire inspector, wastewater superintendent, and the police chief, just to find out if there were any concerns. And I've heard back from 2 of them that there weren't any concerns. I haven't heard from the other 2. Also, I would ask that it be made contingent on payment of any outstanding debt and current surrender of the alcohol license, so the amended one could be released.
Is this permanent or just for these 2 days?
No, it's just for those 2 dates, and it was something special she wanted to do in the fall, and it was in conjunction with the dates that they're having the St. Croix Art Festival. Other than that, I'm not sure that there
So
was
if
anything else.
she surrenders her other one, we issue this one, then does she have to surrender the other one and reissue?
No. It would just,
Dates written on the.
right.
Did she check, did they check with any of the neighbors? Because that back parking lot's like a multi-use parking lot where people pay for parking spots to have that back parking lot.
I just know that she said that the renter planned on not being there those weekends. So one space is for the renter in the building, and the other space, I believe, is hers. So it would just be in their area, not in anybody else's parking spaces in back.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Well, I'm really confused if she's gonna surrender her other license, and we issue a new license with these temporary dates on. Can we, when the dates are done, then we just keep what we've got?
Well, yeah, it won't, the dates, the back won't be allowed anymore because those dates are over.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, the whole license will still be the same with the addition of these special
For those
dates.
dates. Okay.
And
Right.
those become
Okay,
void once.
that's all I
they're
needed.
expired.
Any other questions?
Can we make the motion contingent upon all the other, whoever else hasn't responded to Nancy saying it's okay?
Do we have a issue here with also some water usage and seating for parking and those kinds of issues that we usually do with outdoor seating?
That's why I asked
Danny?
Jim Schreiber to respond.
Okay. Is that okay with you, that amended with, to have
That's
those?
2 approvals and also any debt to the city.
Randy, you seconded it? Is he okay with
Well,
that?
I guess, I don't see an issue with this at all.
Well,
That's fine.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is discussion, possible action on bids received for First Street parking issue sheet. Mr. Tom, you want to bring, which Tom? It's the Tom and Tom show. We've got our estimates in. Or
Bids.
Bids in.
Bids.
Yeah.
Yes, tonight the item before you is a possible action concerning awarding a construction contract. Bids were received last Thursday here at City Hall. If you remember last May, we went through some preliminary estimates and was brought in front of Finance and the Council And there's just a little recap there. We basically had 76 stalls in 3 locations as listed. At that time, our total estimated project cost was $533,008. That figure did include a 10% contingency on the construction costs, just due to the preliminary nature of the estimates at that time. And then if you do recall, at that figure, we did not include parking meters. There was some discussion of meters, and I think there might have been some discussion of the credit card style, so I wasn't
Okay.
totally up on that. Other than that figure does not include either one of those meters. Bids were open last Thursday, as I mentioned. We only received 1 bid from Pember Companies. The low bid was for the entire project, which would be the stalls as listed there, all 3 locations. In the final design, we have 75 net stalls, or excuse me, 75 stalls with 67 net. If you recall, we lost 8 in the bathhouse parking area. And with 20% indirect costs, which would include legal, engineering, construction testing, those types of things. The low bid of Pember, which was $385,571, is about $462,007. Again, not knowing this late in the year how these bids would come in, actually they came in pretty good, but we did have an alternate bid in case they did come in high for just the north part of the project, and that north part would have included the stalls north of Locust as well as the stalls right in front of the bathhouse. So that alternate bid was $217,515, and that would give you 43 stalls new for a net of 35. And that estimated project cost, again including a 20% for indirect costs, was $261,000.
So to do, the whole thing is 462, and then the ones just north would be 261.
Correct. And then one other thing I should point out is when we talked last May relative to the parking stalls in the south down by the boat ramp, for example, we were not adding any additional sidewalk. We were just adding stalls at that point. So really this number, the 462,000, in the final design, we did add about just over 700 lineal feet of sidewalk.
It is in there, the sidewalk.
And that sidewalk was somewhere pretty close to $20,000, I believe, but that number is included in the 462, so it's just a note there that we didn't have that in the original, but after going through the final design, it was felt that that was a good thing to have in the project, and so anyway, there's about 700 feet of a sidewalk that's in there as well.
That goes from the bathhouse all the way up through?
No, the 700 feet that I'm referring to pretty much starts at the boat ramp and goes
Right.
north up towards Wisconsin Street. That's this. In our original look at that, we didn't include sidewalk there.
Okay.
But after looking at it, staff feels it's a pretty good thing to have that there based on the pedestrian traffic and who's walking around and traveling back and forth across the street there.
Okay.
They give you a time frame to finish this year?
Yeah, we do have a completion date of this year. I believe it's, we wanted all the bituminous and concrete work done by the end of October, so I believe that's October 31st for substantial completion, and I think final is either the 7th or the 14th of November. I had that back on the spec there.
I'll make,
I'd like to consider the meter costs here so that it's a complete project, because we do want meters on these spots, and I don't think it's going to be non-metered parking. And as far as I'm concerned, that's part of the overall project. I don't know that it should be separate.
I don't want to slow the project up for that.
I don't either, Randy, but if we're going to have to look for funds, I'd like to look for the funds for the total project.
Is Marty here? Does anybody know the cost of a meter? Was it about 300 bucks?
300 brand new, 150 used.
So 300 bucks
That's about
times,
$22,500
about 28,000.
if they're all metered.
Then they're all metered.
One thing too, is relative to the schedule and whether the meters impact the schedule or not, we did include a portion, we're gonna sleeve in that concrete sidewalk, we did allow for sleeves so that the meters could be put in. So even if they were, I don't know, a month after the fact or 2 months after the fact, we'd still have the availability to put them in the new sidewalk.
So Rich, you want to meter all the way south? We don't have anything metered from Dyke Road, all the way south, we don't have any of those metered, do we?
Well, then we can keep it that way. That's okay with me.
Okay.
I just want to be sure that where we're metered, the meters become part of the project, because in my mind, it is part of the project.
Sure, we can come up with something in the budget. I'm sure Neil can find a spot in the budget where we can pull
So it may be less than 20.
contingency or,
It'd
you
be less
know.
than 20 now,
Maybe
because
less
we're
than
not gonna,
28,000. But
talking,
But they are part of the project.
13.
Well, I think at one
13,000.
point, we were able to find a 533 when he thought it would be that. We found a way to pull it off in the budget, so, I mean, I'm sure that if it's $13,000 and now we're down,
What I'd like to do is I'd like to assign the meters to the public safety, and then our whole parking deal, I'll go to Public Works, talk about whether or not, how we're gonna monitor, when we're gonna monitor. And I think, I agree with you that there should be meters, especially on the north side of that, because we want to be consistent.
Sure.
But I really think we need to look at how we're going to start enforcing and when we enforce, and our whole meter program. And I think it needs to be studied, because this stuff will be paid for by the meters and our enforcement.
I agree. As long as the study doesn't impact the overall project timeline.
Well, I would think, my idea was we approve this project and then move forward with the meters and the,
We're already in discussion in public safety with that, so hopefully this next meeting, we have more information to pass
Yep.
on.
yeah, and it's been getting, we'll figure something out. I'm not in a debate mood tonight, sorry.
I think it's really,
What?
Not in
I
the
really
mood.
think it's something for springtime as far as the whole, what we're gonna do with our meters, as far as how we're going to enforce those, and whether or not we enforce on Friday and Saturday nights, whether we have somebody working those nights.
We still have meters stored.
Yep.
So if we have enough to just meter, and I know this is your area now, but if we have enough to just meter that, we might not have to pay for meters at all.
That's fine.
I just don't know what there is.
Okay.
So Al, are you saying you don't want to put meters in until we've finished the study on how we're going to
No,
monitor?
it's from the north side, but we gotta find let's get some pricing, because we don't have any pricing right now for that, other than the 300 and 150. I don't know, Marty's not here, is he?
I think you got to call out.
Okay.
No, and it all depends if we can
I don't
still
know how
get
many
the
we have.
meters.
We may have 20 that we can put in right away.
And we might want to move some meters from different areas that aren't being, there's some areas that aren't being used.
Marty,
Marty's here.
just so I'm wondering.
So how many meters do we have in reserve?
How many meters do we have in reserve?
Yep.
I want to say about 20.
There you go.
Not quite enough.
Huh?
Not quite enough, but it's.
We're close.
But it's close. All I want to do is, let's be sure, if we're going to do the project, let's do it completely
Yeah.
and not halfway, and then come back later and ask for funds for meters.
No, but if we need 25 meters, let's say, I can promise you, there's 5 spots we can find that aren't being utilized very much, that are metered, that we can move things around.
I know, but the safety is already looking at, looking towards the future as well.
Yeah, I know, but we don't,
So we
that's
don't
gonna
wanna-
be a while.
We can, install the old type.
Yeah, if we have them existing.
If we get a good price on. what
Rich
we're
Massaman
looking-
cost is 10 grand right now.
So-
You
so-
had 20 and it's 46,
So,
that's
so
70.
can we just approve it with 10 grand for meters in it, and just say, and if we don't use it, we don't use it?
Sounds
If we
good.
don't use it, we don't use it. If we have to
Alright,
have it, it's
I'll
there.
make a motion to approve this parking, the parking lots with a total cost of $475,000 to be, with the additional monies to be used for meters.
Thank you.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Where's this coming from?
That will come from
Neil.
In the parking fund,
Yep.
Neil.
right now in future facilities, we have a little over 90,000. In undesignated, we have 444, so we have $535,000 in that fund.
So that's where it's gonna come from.
Fine.
Cool.
Just with the understanding that you got nothing.
Correct.
I mean, that's
Well-
fine, but just so
We're
you're
getting
aware.
Yeah,
$7,000
it builds
a
up
year.
gradually, but.
Yep.
It is what it is. Better than $4.5 million.
You also need a motion to award the contract.
I'd also like to make a motion that out of that $475,000, $462,700 is awarded to Pemmer Construction for for the total project of all 3 locations.
Well, point of order,
It'd
you have
actually be
one
385.
motion on the.
Well, I would like to amend it. Can I amend it?
Certainly.
That's what I meant.
The actual contract is
385,
385,
correct.
571.
So what's the 462?
That's the total project cost, including potential contingencies.
Any construction
Just to
engineering,
allocate.
anything else that comes up?
So do I want to make it for 385?
385.
No, you want to make it for the whole thing.
Okay.
You want to award the
I'd like
contract.
to award the contract of $385,571 to Pemmer Construction
Total project cost.
at a total project cost of $462,700.
175,000?
Huh?
Make it 475,
475.
because that includes the meters.
Why don't you read back the motion that you
Just so you know,
Okay,
I'm not
here we
feeling
go.
all
Here
The
it
mo-
is.
the motion would be,
I got it. I'm going to start over. I would like to make a motion to reward the contract of $385,571 to Pemmer Companies for the entire project of the downtown parking stalls. I would also like to appropriate a total of $475,000 for the project to include meters and any contingencies.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Oh, that was difficult.
Discussion? Comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I don't recall that ever being so difficult.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right, moving on. Discussion, possible action on authorizing city administrator to begin recruitment for a vacant paramedic position. Chief, Eby?
We've got 4 full-time medics on staff right now, and about a week and a half ago, I got notice that one of them would be leaving for a full-time teaching position. So she's actually gone as of now, as of yesterday. So we're just looking to get authorization to fill that position.
How hard is it going to be? Is it,
I've actually heard from 2 internals that they're interested.
okay?
I know, Devin, we have to post it though for
Yep.
2 weeks. But yeah, I've got 2 internals that are interested as of now, so,
And it's obviously in your budget, so.
yeah.
Okay.
I move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Discussion, possible action on authorizing city administrator to begin recruitment process for vacant clerk 2 position in Hudson Police Department. Chief Jensen.
Thank you, sir. We got notice from Jenny O'Connell. Her last day will be this Thursday. She has taken a job with the city or the village of North Hudson, doing the same position. So what I'm requesting is to advertise and fill this position that will be vacant, obviously, on Thursday.
Same deal as EMS, it's in your budget.
Well, the money is in the budget.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll end up saving money because by the time we get the person hired,
Yeah.
it'll probably be a month and a half before that happens.
And this person would be starting at a lower rate.
Lower rate as well.
Oh, good, now you know where you can put that money then, that's awesome. I'll make a motion for approval.
For meters? No, that's not a part of parking.
That police liaison officer is kind of what I was thinking.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I only have a question. She's going to the same position in North Hudson. Does that mean North Hudson's paying more for this position than we?
No, she's actually going to be taking a decrease in pay, but she'll have more responsibilities there. She'll be the only clerk in the office.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any items for future agendas?
At the next meeting, we'll have to get our calendars out and start scheduling.
Budgets.
our budgets.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you.